going on? I am trying to live stream, but I'm having login issues with Facebook, and I'm not sure it's actually Facebook. Somebody might be trying to hack into my account. An external, yes, I know. But I am not, and a lot of people are not happy with Facebook these days. I think their corporate karma is about for a lot of things they do. Sorry, I'm reading my mail. So anyway, my opinion is you can't trust an organization whose address is HackerWay. Being a computer hacker is not a good thing in today's society. And people say, well, why is it that they do this or that or the other thing? And it's easy to explain. They don't exist for your benefit at all. They exist solely for the benefit and profit status of their own stockholders. Now, what's the difference between that and a lot of companies? Well, a lot of companies believe in providing a service. However, when companies become an entity on paper, then that's a surer sign that they are providing nothing but profit for their shareholders. I don't know. I'm not explaining it very well, but I'm just saying that I don't feel like Facebook is in it for anybody's benefit other than Facebook. And it's come high time for an alternative. And I typed in a search for Facebook alternatives and quickly and directly got steered into right-wing hate sites. And that's not an alternative. So I'm I'm beginning to get angry at all the social media / information infotainment companies out there. They're all doing this stuff. And, people are like, all these companies are acting innocent when it comes to all the misinformation, disinformation that's going on in the world. And, but they're not innocent. You ask them to try and do something about it, and their idea of doing something about it is shutting you down. my my friends keep getting banned from Facebook because they say they're given hate speech for telling oftentimes just funny jokes, and somehow it becomes hate speech. But in the meantime, you know, all the disinformation, misinformation gets put out there. But it's funny how, the people who are getting shut down all the time don't have millions of corporate dollars to shove in the coffers and advertising of these companies. But you and I, when we tell a joke online, ban them, we're doing something about it. you know. I don't know what the car was tooting about. But as I was trying to log into my app here, and that's another thing. If you use a third-party app, something that Facebook doesn't own or control, or a lot of these companies don't own or control, they'll look for. It seems like they look for ways. And I use this app because I like it, and it allows me to multi-stream. I can't multi-stream from Facebook. Facebook will only allow me to stream to Facebook. And when I stream directly, it's a complete manual method, and it's not user friendly, and nobody's going to watch it because Facebook is essentially trying to block it out because that's their competitor. And I think they're doing that with this one too. They, for whatever reason, all of a sudden, I find it difficult to get in, and also somehow somebody has created a new account for me. My wife may have done it, but I think Facebook may have done it, or maybe somebody's trying to get into my Facebook account. I don't know. Going through the security procedures and gonna change things. But I've noticed the new company Meta, their address is one Facebook way on some mail headers, and then you look at their address, it says one hacker way. And yeah, people are surprised when the company Facebook acts like they're hacking into everybody's accounts and doing all these underhanded things. I'm like, well, but they are actively recruiting and hiring hackers. What do you think is going to happen? Hackers are known for doing things for their own personal entertainment, like putting disinformation, misinformation, misleading people, trying to challenge themselves to hack into people's private I forgot to turn on the old scanner here. We are going on an adventure in the crazy city. See what we can see. It's 36 degrees, by the way, according to Crapples. All right. Here's Kansas City. Oopsies. I meant to go right. I was dicking around with a scanner that moment. So it looks like we're going to Harlem. Oh, this is where I need to go. This car would cooperate. Ruh-roh, bad boys, bad boys. So I guess, we need to find a new platform that we can do this stuff on that hasn't been polluted by scumbags. Russian trolls and their sycophants here in the United States. For now, we're going to Trip Quick.
You cut out quite a bit on that entire bin. It comes back on 2017 Chevy Cruze to...
Transforming stable to children versus downtown with one parent ride.
1149 transporting one downtown. Children's downtown with parent rider.
Agent 411 clear.
Agent 411 clear.
Viewing to a Tammy Bonded Sibley on April 23 tag. Information she has number 29 out of Cole County, but they will not extradite. I copy. Thank you.
81 on the route to the station.
30 minutes.
Preview to the subject, or correction, RP didn't see people with the subject. It's wrong, so it's going to be about 15 to 17 or so. Go in the area. 30 minutes. 11:15 traffic.
Henry, boy 2, 1 young, 8 Victor, team 6015.
George, boy on 4. 05 George, boy on 4.
Baker out of Independence, no license information.
Copy.
Text to a D21 trailer that expired in May of 2021 to a Jennifer Wakefield out of St. Peters, Missouri.
Copy, I'll be on charge of the vehicle at Woodshop 51st Street. 610 to 599. Shot. It's 15. Copy, there's anyone to help me. Their bike took off when I looped this vehicle, and then there's a Blazer following it. I got you, Vesper.
Not that fast, Woodshop 51st Street, 35 minutes.
377, tell me.
377. Copy. Gotta be up for 7. 322, be at headquarters.
mileage.
Yeah. 600, go ahead.
45526. I must have been a certified driving record.
Temple. Place number 311.
843, so okay.
It's on file in Kansas, Missouri. It was on file in New Mexico and Texas.
3 to 36 minutes.
Expired 2012 in Texas. The EAN holding in New Mexico. Expired 2019. To a charity Estudillo out of Rio Rancho. Section 029.
10-4. It's showing a Mexican registration. 43 student.
37 minutes.
Shortly. Alaska.
Everybody.
George Victor Mary, 753. George Victor Mary, 753.
George Victor Mary 753 to a Jason Thompson out of Cooper Landing, Alaska, 2004 GMC Sierra, Pan Am color.
10 more.
5673.
D777. 26. I'll be giving one last ride to juvenile. I'll have an address whenever you're ready.
Fine.
3849 North Ewing Avenue. Starting mileage 44296.9. 44296.9.
38 minutes.
TMC, 2 gallons of fuel. I'm back in service. Copy information, get you back in service for 8 minutes. Ran the plate on the Trailblazer, it comes back to it, and the dirt bike has made its way down the 40 highway now. Copy. Insurance out there for you. We'll be up on the board vehicles. Go and check.
Copy.
That's the ancient.
I reached one person. He's on vacation, so he's not sure what vehicles are in for service. He is going to try to review the camera footage and see if they actually broke into the vehicle. But I can get a hold of the other RP that would know if it's there for service.
One second. Shit. Yeah, man. 10-4. Six in service, 31 minutes. Go ahead. Non-emergent northbound. Copy, Janet. Going tonight. 10-4, Chicago. Sonny, go ahead.
Out of Union, David, George, David 2, 5, David, George, David 2.
Two. Response back to record out of Missouri.
Copy.
Response back on a 2013 Ford F-50 to a Derek Carter out of Odessa on a 23 tag.
Copy. I think that's going to be correct. Plate was a little unreadable. Thank you. Just information. It's a white female, blue jeans, black jacket.
Copy. Copy. You have that pickup is built and waiting.
Copy. Four's all good. Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, this day has not started out well for me. I need a reset.
EMS call 1706 Windsor Lane. 52 Pumper 2 EMS call 1706 Windsor Lane.
But could always be worse. I guess. See if there's any messages. No messages. Let's do a reset.
Is that for record or for visual? There's one for Roland Parks, and we had a third call. The reporting party was in Missions. Oh, 6-8. Right tonight. Okay.
Somebody's shooting up Kansas tonight. Alright, now we're in North have hints. I hear an airplane coming in for landing. Airport's real close to here. Brr. It says 33 and 34. It's a little bit above freezing. Brr. I don't understand how it can feel really cold when it's not, and I don't think there's much of a breeze, so the windshield doesn't.
2304,
I don't
do you
know.
have the information on that pending association vacancy? Eastbound Liberty, Kansas 119, Mary Victor X-ray, black Ford sedan.
Eastbound was 43 minutes.
5320 Rosewood, OPG 20 Rosewood. When you get something else knock on their window, they do not see the association. Okay, so that's me, I'll check here. Work on it. Hello, taxi driver. 2304, your reported party would also like contact. Yeah, I'll be checking the area first. 45 minutes? 1106, good.
Hubert David 2, X-ray 4 Union, Missouri 23, southbound 69, 167. Unknown color CP.
45 minutes?
45 minutes.
Gonna be on TV. She suspended that 29 out of county. Hold on, Southern.
Hello, YouTube. I don't know how well this can be heard. It's running through the car accessory system. This little microphone right up here
155.
on the ceiling of the car. Theoretically,
To East and Eastern Terrace. And the Washington Security Office to verify footage of someone on property.
I've had
Possibly a male, wear black pants.
a bad start to my day. I'm going for a reset. I left my money at home. Actually, somebody borrowed my wallet, and my money is with them. So I'm going to rudely wake them up and get my money. My money, money, money. It started with yesterday with somebody needing a lot of attention, and so much of our attention was directed towards that person. When we were trying to do a million other things, and none of it is easy. And then this person acts up, and we got to direct all our attention to that person and forget about all the other things that we're trying to do. So you know how it goes.
Black female 041659.
46 minutes.
Trying to teach these people the lessons of life that even we have had a hard time learning, and none of us are innocent on this.
Traffic valid.
And there are times when we have done these things even well into our adulthood, where we become the center of all the center of all attention, when people are just trying to get something done, and and then we
Edward George too.
we don't take care of our stuff, so to speak, and we get very frustrating to deal with.
7316 for Babylon, Cedar, A3.
2417.
So when things don't happen because people are distracted, like, you know, you don't grab your money that's been borrowed from you, or, you know, can all be attributed back to that one person who didn't take care of their things during the day. And now there's this whole drama, and people got to drive out of their way and take care of that one person. But I'm not saying this innocently, because we've all been there, we've all done that.
Your Missouri temporary negative.
And it's not one thing that acts up. It's like everything goes wrong all at once. Like when I was trying to multi-stream with this app onto Facebook. Facebook's got to be that one person. Oh no, I don't want to let you do that. I want you to jump through hoops to get me to work. Because, you know, security. Well, in air quotes here. Security my butt.
First name was Lucas, last name was Missouri. George Edward Robert Ida.
1153 transporting to Olathe. They are high volume, open, semi-true.
We are traveling up the Jefferson Highway in, you know, we're almost to, yeah, we're in Happy Rock now. Otherwise, the proper name for the town is Gladstone. But at the time of the Jefferson, unincorporated city of Linden. I did all that stuff, and I didn't. Got to get my money, because I might have the opportunity or want coffee or something to eat in the morning. Downtown Linden. Actually, it's to our east, about 2 blocks. And yes, Happy Rock is a nickname for this area, since it's Gladstone. even the city of Gladstone has a Happy Rock Park.
Charles Williams 7. 44909. Missouri. Southbound. 35 coming up on Longwell. It's showing switch on a flag study HHR. Thunder, did you advise you were northbound or southbound? Oh, 2004.
Can you advise me of my arrest form?
Yesterday when I was driving home, this car did this funny maneuver on the highway, and I don't know what they were doing, if they actually hit the police car, or if they were trying to hit the police car, or they really cut this police car off bad in traffic, in highway traffic. So the police car went to the next lane over and got behind him and lit him up. And oh man, did they take off. And I was like, oh, there's a chase happening right in front of me. But then I guess they decided that they changed their mind and they pulled themselves over. And I went by a few minutes later, and I don't know, I think the officer was sitting in his car waiting for backup because they were acting so erratically.
1180 West 95th Street.
Alrighty.
Anything here, if you can go ahead and show me 10-8, send me that activity as well. 310-321, there's me checking for a silver pickup, Kansas Tech 505, Lincoln John Williams for 20 PD, 55 minutes. 56 minutes. Calling 4 and 102. Respond on a J12 subject 1120916 Harris. Units around 1120916 Harris. The resident at this address is advising there are people in his living room that are going to kill him and is unable to provide any description at 56 minutes. 103, I can take that for 104. 103, I'll send him out 1120916 Harris. 104, you can disregard. 56 minutes. 44. 103, 57 minutes. Copy, I injury.
345.
45.
Mr. Morse has been released. I'll be giving him a courtesy ride to an address. Do you want to copy him, please?
I have to see if there was some form, I'll call him. Okay. I'll know then.
330. Check those transit tag.
Alright.
X-ray Adam Williams 414.
Sergeant to Raymore. 140 protection was red.
Copy protection on red, 101.
120 to 113. I'm not in the perimeter of the house, watching the window. Do you want us to wait to take it into the user or just go ahead? Yeah, just hang tight for a minute. I'd rather have the shield when we go through the door in case he does have something that they didn't know he had. Just you pick up the other car.
Okay.
I just saw somebody cutting out, just south of the high school.
J152, 35 copy.
Right on Blue Ridge. I'm at 60 Terrace Blue Ridge. Like 6-1. Right across from the small engine repair place. Newsroom Cafe, or not the newsroom, the one on the east side. I've got eyes on both windows right now. I'm in the back of the house. Ford, you good? I'm good. Can you still hear them talking in there? I can hear them. From 13 to 20, I'll step it up just so we're not all day here, but are you sure that the roommate has no means of contacting him through a cell phone?
You're back in service, 104. West Gregory Boulevard, Fall, 84. Hey. Lunch 503, 2 for lunch.
Can I get the time that I started this traffic now?
0100.
Time, straight to voicemail again. Forces and contacts on phone.
Go ahead.
311, wait, tell me, can I get my CFS?
311 is 220069.
I couldn't tell exactly, but looked like a Kia Sportage. Oh, do you know the color and where it was pulling? Looked like it was silver, and it was a really old-looking trailer. It had its tags on. But when he gets there, he may need traffic due to them being on that left shoulder there. So if you see him pull up, he may give me a call.
Alright. Reset completed. Got my moolah. Moolah. Can't do much without moolah. Oops. Fine. Here's my external mic, just got hooked up. That's theoretically the built-in mic in the car, which is right next to where I'm speaking, so I find it's a little tinny. But the adapter I use to give my phone power and allow me to hook up a microphone at the same time doesn't always work very well. Doesn't give it power, and I think sometimes it doesn't hook up the mic either. And every time I turn the car off, it turns Kansas off. That sounds funny. I turned the whole state of Kansas off. Now I turn my Kansas scanner off. Alright, temperature outside and according to Crapples is 34 degrees Fahrenheit. Hey, there's Kansas. Hi, Kansas.
Kansas 592, John Paul Union.
Finally, I found some Gatorade Zero. Haven't been able to find that in the stores. Gatorade must be having distribution issues.
Michael Navision, West Frank, Missouri, showing tweet that respond on the text order. Continue to serve, send no one. Reservation one, no bond. Sugar Creek, multiple for traffic. Multiple for traffic up in Jackson County, caution one on PNP for your motor vehicle.
An idea of an arrest for Vegas Street.
108.
guys at the hospital.
I don't know that also.
Cross station.
Oh.
25 left.
Show me out at 5430 hash. I'm just checking the backyard. Open gate.
109.
I just spoke with the RP on that gunshots fired in the area of Skyline Drive. He believes that they were back behind the apartments, kind of over in the corner of I-35 and 18th Street in KTK, if you could let them know.
You said in service or out of service? You show him in service, he's no longer here. You can tell him if he is a loner.
Hello again, YouTubes.
Yeah, we're talking. 32324, suspicious vehicle, 88 Benton Hadley.
50 tech.
323 93.
217 John Robert Charles Gates. 2511 all clear.
One call.
Dispatch expired 213 Toyota Venenza to Matthew Baraba at Roland Park.
103 in the mark.
112 hours.
311.
311.
9323 is closer than 324 is being route.
Copy, 324, is that ready? 112 hours.
Yeah, 112.
4640.
Go ahead.
Link 331, UBAG 330 at 119th and Lennox for J15.
What is a J15?
113 hours.
Last spelled King Ida Mary, Mary Ida Nora, Adam Enu, first John, Common, Middle Stanford, White Mill, Dead Rivers 4, 24, 87.
Oops.
Okay, yours. For your turn, so it's valid 1J19.
Ruh-roh, what do we got going on up here? Bad boys, bad boys. I think this is a speed trap. Let's get over.
Can you copy this subject? Be advised to Kansas.
Switch to 2 and guide your subject.
Wow. All those police for that one little car? Plus a paddy wagon? Must have been a bad dude. Oopsies. Hey, try and drive straight in front of the police. Good advice.
Whatever.
150.
Copy that from 50 day.
Dispatch, copy, start 140, see you now. So launch
1481299, Louisiana.
330 to 331, you can clear.
Let's see what life is like in Chessport tonight. If we can make it there. Before we get that oh so exciting call.
Could you open the please? Looks like it is January of 23 and it's going Nissan to Healy and Holding. That is Tulsa, Oklahoma.
On George Boy 2, King 9 John. George Boy 2, King 9 John on a silver Hyundai Elantra.
Copy, 120. Boy, King 9 John, Sexy Jesse Wilson on a Kansas City 2018 Hyundai. Expiration shows April 2022 to
46 events.
Good.
Where's your call at?
3, George Tom, Union 9, Charles Edward, David 2, Mary George, 481 214. It's a 2021 GMC Sierra. 50, I'm going to be on travel with it. I'm in college in Glen Hill. Michigan, Glen Hill.
Glen Hill to 117 hours.
I'll go ahead and take a second to close.
46, I'm at 435 in a row.
Yeah, I'll say it out. Then return tonight. Your party from
30 to
Ruh-roh, somebody's gonna go over and shoot the place up.
42.
Alright, switch back up.
Poor network connection. Oh no.
We did not get where he was located at when he
always happens right about in there. There's some interference in that area, I think. Over by, just west of Bartle Hall on Broadway. They took the old Denny's down. I always thought that would be a great spot for a diner, but apparently maybe it's hard to tell. A lot of times restaurants will do bad for various reasons, even though they're in a good spot. And I think that's a pretty decent spot. Although parking was kind of sketch. That could be one of the reasons. But I think another reason is that sometimes you go in there and the clientele was kind of, you know.
At 1600 West 144th Street.
I remember going to Chubby's on weekend nights, and especially early in the morning, it was the best. Go have some breakfast with friends or even by yourself and just hang out, and the place would get crowded with all the bars would shut down at once, and everybody go to Chubby's to kind of sober up and eat something and continue, you know, the fun evening, hopefully. And I mean, I tell you what, Chubby's attracted all walks of life at that time in the morning. Like if you come in on a Friday night, you know, there's still mail service on Saturday. The mail carriers might come in there and get an early breakfast before they headed out. And then the gay bars would, their clients would be there, and the cross-dressing, and then, you know, the redneck bars would be shutting down, and they would be in there. And somehow in Chubby's, because I know that Chubby's had some pretty mean bouncers, everybody got along. I think because there was a group of, you know, and everybody got along, of course, because cops like to show up there too. So yeah, and I think they would hire off-duty police officers to work there too. I like the old Chubby's location. That became a reboot of Sydney's. Then Sydney's was didn't do very well in that spot. But I remember the old Chubby's location. I was very fond of that spot. Matter of fact, when I was joining the Air Force, 1990, and I was processing through, what does MEP stand for? Military. What they would do is they would billet us over here at this this motel, and this the one that's called Days Inn. I think at the time it may have been Travel Lodge. I don't know. Right here. And I tell you, they had thin sheets, and the window did not do very good. The climate control was bad. The sheets were thin. It was cold, and cars would be going up and down the street. I don't know what I'm doing here. This is very confusing. Maybe that car should have been on the other side. I don't know. One of us is confused. But anyway, we stayed at that motel there, and 15-passenger van, the Chubby's van, came and picked us up and took us down to Chubby's over here. Because they had a contract with the government to feed all the people that were going through the military input program, whatever you call that. And so the bus picked us up and took us over here. Because Chubby's was in the corner of this building over here on the left, before this old parking lot. And, you know, I got back and a lot of the guys were complaining, that food was awful. And I was like, no, that food was pretty darn good, actually. And I didn't take the bus back. I wanted to sit and eat and enjoy my meal. And I walked back. And that was kind of fun. Went past the Redemptorist Church there, which is now our church. And I looked at that, and I was, oh, that's a shame that's not a Catholic church. That would be kind of, that looks like a beautiful church. For some reason, I didn't think it was a Catholic church. Oh, lots of people roaming around. It's not a very comfortable night. The temperature is above, freezing, if just so. But for whatever reason, it just feels colder. And I feel bad for people that are out on the streets. Westport is dead.
Edward, David, Edward, Robert, Chris Weston, William, Edward, Sam, Tom, Nora, Little J. James, White Male, 051697.
I kind of wish I could peanuts. I don't know if they used to. Would have a beer or two, and we went to a bag of peanuts. And some places had free peanuts, some places had free pretzels. That's what we were after. And then we found the ultimate. There was one bar that had popcorn, free pretzels, and free peanuts. But that bar didn't last very long. Went out of business. But there's a bar there now. It's over there on the 9th Street on the west end, on the very edge of the state line between Kansas and Missouri. Matter of fact, I think the name of the bar at that time was called the Last Chance Saloon, which was kind of interesting because there was a bar called Last Chance Saloon that was sort of famous or infamous. It was a mob-run bar on 31st Street on the state line. And the state line ran right through the middle of the bar, sort of the corner, I don't know what. And they used to have illegal. And when one police agency would show up, all the patrons to one side of the bar on the other side of the state line. They could never seem to coordinate their raids, I guess.
Medical emergency at 5550 Northwest Adrian in Houston Lake. 5550 Northwest Adrian in Houston Lake. Need Platte County deputies on scene with a taser.
I want to try that fish and chips place out sometime. I like fish and chips. Dave's sign has not been lit up.
Yeah.
Their wonderful neon sign, but it's been burning out a little bit at a time.
Maybe about 49.
So maybe they just decided instead of having half neon, they'd have no neon and people know where the bar is. I wish they could get their neon sign fixed because it's a neat one.
We are clear from Children's Mercy Hospital. Kansas City.
Traffic 1149 clear.
1111 traffic.
Alright, I'm going to pick up my TVU, which I need to, and I guess I can pick number 1 or number 3 now. Because number 1 works with the HDMI port. Woohoo! It worked beautifully yesterday.
Unknown contact. Eastbound J10 at Coaster. On a Ford PC. 1.9 now. Yeah, he's already touched me, yeah.
There's Old Mean Street.
Charles 90.
With all the road destruction going on for the streetcar.
1.9
now. There's one of those Kansas City lights. Oh, this one had a reason to turn. Somebody was sitting there.
Charles 902 398 northbound 3518. 131.
Okay, I'm at 13 right.
Wonder if that's DWIs driving while intoxicated. DWOS driving while on sidewalk. If you don't like the way I drive, stay off the sidewalk. The bumps in this road get to you after a while. It would be nice if they actually fixed all of that, but
1611 I cleared.
just all these road cuts and everything. Alrighty, I'm gonna end this here, but pick it up later. I gotta pick up my TVU. I haven't done much this morning except chase after my wallet. And of course complain about Facebook.
25.
I'm certain that Facebook is, if they keep going the way they're going, they're not long for this world. They'll go the way of MySpace. And something else will come along. Hopefully, it won't be something else worse. There's always that. Ah, something stinky outside. Phew. Alrighty then, I'll end this here and then get probably about 15 minutes. I'll be back on.